PowToon is a third-party application, which means that you will need to create an account with PowToon to use the software. Please bear in mind the terms and conditions of use and the privacy policy, and if you agree with those, then you can use PowToon as a tool for making animations. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about how to create a PowToon, but I just wanted to show you the sequence of events that you would use to create a PowToon, and some of the things you need to consider, in particular that the PowToon will have branding on it, so you won't want to be using this type of software for anything that you are using professionally. You need to think about the type of audience. If you're using the free version, you won't have access to all the templates that they provide as well. So you want to be careful that your design doesn't depend upon these more expensive features if you're just creating a PowToon for your project. So I've logged into PowToons. I'm going to click on Create New Project, and immediately you get a chance here to look at some of the templates that are available. So I'm going to create a whiteboard PowToon to begin with, and my structures are available here. We've got a basic structure, but you can also do student structure, so different aspects of your presentation you might want to look at. I'm actually going to use this in a basic format just to again explain how to make tea. So my intro to begin with, I'm going to choose an intro from below, and I'm going to use the drawing here. The problem is going to be, how do I make tea? I'm going to present a solution, and I can use any of these options. I'm going to use this one here, and my final aspect of the presentation is to drink tea, so I'm going to just pick something like this one. Okay, so now we want to continue, and this will generate a template-based PowToon. Some of the features of PowToon will be restricted to the paid-for service, so you might need to remove some elements or aspects of your presentation. So it's worth bearing that in mind. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to put in here, hi, here's how to make tea. Obviously that's too big, so I'm just going to select that and reduce the size. And I'm going to put in here the easy way. The next element of my PowToon, the second slide here, I'm just going to add in kettle. So I lost my character because it was a premium option there, so I'm just going to look in the library for a new one, and it requires you to put the timeline on, so that's going to appear down the bottom. This slide's going to last for 5 seconds, so I'm actually going to put my character on at the start, and I'm going to have someone waving. That's great. Okay, bear with it. Moving on to my next slide, kettle. I'm going to put tea bag there, and mug. Again, that's too big for the box, so I'm just going to resize that. And then the final one says we don't really want a phone symbol, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to see if somewhere in our library we've got a symbol for tea, and here we have our, just drag in a mug, and then I'm going to just put in here, enjoy, delete that, move that over here. So I've got here my presentation comprising of different sequences, different templates, and then I've changed some of the objects, changed the text, added some extra objects on, and now we can actually play it through. Okay, so there's some cheesy music in the background, and of course if you're playing this you probably want to have it on loop or some way that it will continue to showcase your presentation. You do need to think about audience though. Is this the right sort of visual presentation for your audience? Think about how you can perhaps clean up some of these texts. There's lots of different styles going on here, so it's probably not the best PowToon in the world. But hopefully that's given you an idea of what you could do with PowToon. What you'll then want to be able to do is view this online. So when you've created your PowToon, go to the top, click Save, give it a name of course, share it online, just click the preview. You'll then have the option to export, and you can upload to YouTube or Vimeo. You can extract the slides as PDFs, or you can just share the link itself. So I'm just going to publish to my PowToons. Any PowToons that you publish must be public, so again, be careful of what you're actually including in a PowToon. I'm just going to select a particular category. You can only use the standard feature, the standard quality in a free version. This will then publish within your My PowToons area, but it will take a while to load and create. Once it's been created, you'll then be able to play it back. And what you want to do is copy the web address. Test it in an incognito window where you've not logged into PowToon, just to make sure that those without access can still view the player. And as this is the free version, you have the PowToon logo on it. You click play and away you go.
Created using PowToon.
You have that cheesy sort of ending at the end as well, so just be aware of that. So very quick whistle-stop tour there about PowToon and how things can be pieced together.